This video is about one of our most important concepts in Composition 2 for understanding literature, and that is abstract and concrete. So we will be looking at how abstract words and concrete words come together to create meaning. We're going to end up talking about literature specifically, but this is also how we create meaning for ourselves in a not literary way. So stick with me. If I can get it, there we go. So one thing I want you to keep in mind for our whole semester is that abstract plus concrete equals meaning. So writers will use both abstract and concrete language to bring ideas to life and create meaning. And understanding how these things work together will help us analyze literature more deeply and help us make our own writing more specific and meaningful and vivid. So we'll get into the definitions of what abstract and concrete are now. So abstract words are words that name ideas, emotions, or concepts. So this isn't stuff that you can touch. It's stuff that's just kind of all in your head almost. So this is feelings or emotions or like big structures like government, things like that are all based on abstract concepts. So some examples of abstract words would be love, justice, freedom, grief, hope, loneliness. So these are words that, while your love for someone may be very, very real, it's not something that you can pick up and touch. It's not something that you can put in your pocket and take into another room. It's not something you can chuck at a wall. So these are abstract words are very, very real things, but they're not things that are tangible that you can necessarily touch or perceive with your outer senses. So these are intangible things. It doesn't make them not real. It just makes them not embodied. Okay. And in literature, abstract words are often our themey words. So if you're looking at a poem that has, ideas of shame in it, shame is not something that you can pick up and put in your pocket necessarily. It's more of a feeling. So again, abstract words are very real, but they are intangible. And in literature, we're going to talk about abstract words in terms of theme. So concrete words are words that name things that you can see, hear, touch, smell, something that you can perceive with your 5 or however many senses. They can also be actions like walking or smiling. So this is something that is tangible, meaning that you can perceive it, you can pick it up, you can touch it, you can smell it, whatever you want to do with it. So examples could include birds. We'll look at a lot of birds in poetry. Trees, nature stuff, a quilt, a baseball bat, a broken window. So these are things that you can look at and describe. And the examples that I've included here are examples from the literature that we're going to read this semester. So authors will use concrete images and descriptions of concrete things like birds and baseballs and quilts to bring abstract ideas to life by grounding them in the real sensory world. So abstract words by themselves don't have a whole ton of meaning that is explainable. So if you are trying to talk about love with someone, you can't just talk about it in terms of other abstract words. You need concrete words to make it make sense. So we'll go back to the last slide. So if you want to talk about love, or I ask you about love, a lot of times you're not going to talk about it in terms of other abstract words. You're going to talk about it in terms of, oh, well, this person gave me a gift, or this person did something for me, or the love that I feel for my family makes me take certain concrete actions. It makes me act in certain concrete ways. So abstract words by themselves are not complete in their meaning, just like concrete words in themselves are not complete in their meaning, because a bird if you just say a bird, it can just be a bird. If you're just talking about a tree, you can just talk about a tree. But in order for that to have meaning, in order for that to have like relevance and matter to us, it needs to be connected to something abstract. So birds may not mean a lot to you, or birds may be very important to you. They may symbolize freedom. They may symbolize, waking up early in the morning. So the interplay between abstract and concrete is how we create meaning, and it's where we get our symbols and our themes and that kind of thing. So a quilt to you may symbolize the love that your grandmother had for her family by making it, or a baseball bat may symbolize all of the time and effort that you have put into this sport that you love. So what we're thinking about with abstract and concrete is things mean so much more and things matter so much more if we put them together. Okay. So writers will use both. They'll use abstract words to show what a piece is about. So you might get this idea of love or addiction or whatever. But the concrete images in the story are what help us feel it, or what help us ground ourselves in the story and bring it to life. So this is just a random example. This isn't in any of our stories, but if we see a sentence say, he wept at the sound of the birds, we have this abstract idea of grief that is being shown through tears and birdsong, which are the concrete things, or, the idea of weeping is also a concrete thing. So there's this abstract meaning within these concrete words. And these are kind of goofy concrete words, but it was the example that I came up with. So I'll give you, and I've got some questions for reflection for you up here on the screen right now. But I'm going to give you an example. So I have two very, very little kids. One of them, she's 2.5, and the other one is 1. And when they were both born, I have this necklace that my husband got me for my birthday one year, and it's just a letter A because my name's Amy. And so I had this necklace on when I gave birth to both of my kids. And so, sometimes when I leave for work in the morning, especially at the beginning of the semester, it's hard to leave my kids, like I miss them. And I put on my A necklace. And for me, this, just kind of, I think it was like $20 on Etsy, this cheap little necklace with a letter on it. It means so much to me because it has become this like symbol of the connection between me and my kids. So, to other people, it might just be a necklace, but to me, it has all this extra abstract meaning attached to it. So it makes it really special to me. So I encourage you throughout the semester to look at how abstract and concrete play together, because that is how you're going to understand literature. If you can start seeing how abstract ideas are brought forth through concrete images and examples, and how those connect and create symbol and meaning, you will understand literature. Like that's really all it's about. So we'll look at it a lot more throughout the semester. So these are just some ideas for you to think about. So think about a personal object that matters to you. What abstract or idea or emotion does it carry? So I gave the example of my little A necklace that connects me to my kids even when I have to leave them and don't want to. So that's a meaningful object to me. You can also think about a place and like bring it to life, like imagine it as much as you possibly can, using, bring all those sensory details to life, and then think about what that place means for you. So maybe you bring to light, you imagine your backyard growing up, and maybe that symbolizes, something really good about excitement or growth or family to you. Or you can think of an object. I give my example of a necklace, and instead of maybe thinking about your own experience with that object, what's something it could symbolize in a story? So maybe a key could symbolize, a revelation or something opening, or a window could symbolize like new ideas or being able to look out on the world, something like that. So big thing here is that abstract plus concrete equals meaning, and we're going to see it in literature all the time. And you already actually know this, right? Like you already know that objects can have other meaning beside, a pen can have another meaning besides just a pen. A necklace can have another meaning to you besides just a necklace. And you can also think that, different concrete things can have different abstract meanings to different people. So if, like, yeah, I'm losing examples now. I'm not good at coming up with them on the fly. So just know that concrete things can have all sorts of different abstract meanings to different people or to the same person, and abstract ideas can be brought to life in lots of different concrete ways.